Welcome to Your Career Reimagined. The labor market has dramatically shifted, making your current skill set potentially obsolete. This video is your playbook for reverse engineering your career using iterative chain of thought prompting. We will show you how to build a dynamic, personalized growth system to keep you ahead of every disruption. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team as part of the Career Guidance series.
The stakes have never been higher. The 2026 labor market is already here. Autonomous agent workflows and AI integration are rewriting the rules of professional relevance. Professionals who will thrive must treat AI not merely as a tool, but as a strategic partner in their own evolution. Today, we're moving beyond basic AI queries to build a living system. We will cover mapping the 2026 labor landscape, building the chain of thought framework, reverse engineering technical mastery, and activating your dynamic growth system with market trigger alerts. We begin with Part 1, mapping the 2026 labor landscape. Before building your growth system, you need a clear view of the terrain. The shifts already underway are structural, not cyclical. The labor landscape has already shifted. The 2026 labor market is defined by the collapse of static technical expertise and the rise of decentralized, AI-augmented work. Roles are now decomposed into tasks and reassembled around output, not physical presence. There are three structural shifts you can't ignore. Decentralized work is permanent. Cognitive flexibility is now prioritized over static knowledge, making adaptability the new technical credential. Finally, autonomous agent workflows are replacing entire job functions, giving leverage to those who design and oversee these systems. Traditional career planning is obsolete. The old model of static milestones and annual reviews is replaced by dynamic roadmaps and real-time skill gap analysis. The 2026 reality rewards demonstrated output, cross-domain fluency, and moving from T-shaped to $-shaped professional profiles. We use large language models, LLMs, as strategic intelligence engines to forecast disruption. When prompted correctly, LLMs synthesize trends to predict which roles and skills are declining, often 12 to 18 months in advance. The goal is to reduce your surprise radius, making an accurate 18-month forecast valuable. The signals worth tracking right now include job posting velocity across platforms, as declining post volume is an early warning. We also track technical white paper releases from major platforms, which signal skill dominance. Finally, watch salary trajectory data and API/tool release cadences for early disruption warnings. Part 2 focuses on the chain of thought framework. We move beyond single-turn prompts to iterative reasoning chains. This forces your AI partner to simulate the depth of executive-level career coaching, providing richer, more actionable advice. Most professionals use AI like a simple search engine. Chain of thought prompting forces the model to reason step by step, building on prior logic. This simulates the layered thinking a seasoned executive coach would apply to your specific career context. The chain of thought process begins with Prompt 1, context setting, followed by Prompt 2, gap identification. The critical third step is self-critique, forcing the AI to challenge its assumptions. This leads to Prompt 4, a refined roadmap with prioritized, measurable milestones. Building your logic tree ensures your sessions provide specific, non-templated advice. You map your unique professional profile and history against market trends to generate a personalized growth roadmap. This structure includes future scenarios and risk factors. The self-critique loop matters because LLMs default to statistically common, often generic, advice. By forcing the model to interrogate its assumptions and identify scenarios where it might be wrong, you surface hidden flaws and systematically improve your roadmap's quality. The process establishes a continuous feedback loop. First, gather market signals, then run the reasoning chain. Apply self-critique to challenge the output. And finally, update your roadmap to revise learning priorities and timelines based on the refined results. The prompt structure is as vital as the content. Effective coaching prompts assign an expert persona, set rich contextual constraints, and demand structured, actionable output formats. This includes specifying a skills matrix or a prioritized list to prevent generic responses. We move now to Part 3, reverse engineering technical mastery. AWS cloud architecture is complex, but the path to mastery requires breaking it down, prioritizing ruthlessly, and automating your learning schedule. Attempting to master all 200 plus AWS services is a losing strategy. Recursive prompting systematically decomposes architecture into ranked learning modules. We start from your current baseline and target role, working backward to identify the minimum viable technical stack for maximum market leverage. You must distinguish between perishable and durable skills. Perishable skills, like console workflows and old SDK versions, have a short relevance window. Durable skills, like architectural thinking and zero-trust security principles, persist across platform generations and maintain high value. The AWS priority stack for 2026 places AI/ML services at the top, followed by serverless and event-driven architecture. Security and compliance forms the non-negotiable foundation, with core infrastructure at the base. Knowledge without practice fades fast. Automate your hands-on lab schedule by using calendar sync prompts for iCal-compatible sessions. Use the lab specification generator to create custom scenarios, and schedule progress checkpoint prompts for bi-weekly AI feedback. Here is an example of recursive prompting applied to AWS serverless mastery. Each level of decomposition transforms an overwhelming goal, like mastering serverless, into a concrete, completable action, such as mastering theasync fan-out pattern with SQS and DLQs. To stay ahead of the 2027 cycle, set a quarterly skill audit prompt. Proactively track the AWS roadmap for platform investment signals. Crucially, build in deliberate skill deprecation to retire low-value competencies and refocus your efforts. We now begin Part 4, Cultivating Cognitive Longevity. Technical mastery is a short-term advantage without cognitive resilience. You must build the mental infrastructure to learn, unlearn, and relearn at full capacity, indefinitely. The cognitive longevity imperative means the most successful professionals learn the fastest, without burning out. Technical deep dives are cognitively expensive, and managing that load is key to sustaining high performance over the long term. Unlearning is difficult. Instead of trying to erase old patterns, build explicit override frameworks. Use this template quarterly. I currently believe. Walk me through when this belief becomes false, and what the replacement mental model should be. Design your cognitive load management system using 90-minute deep work blocks for focused learning. Integrate spaced repetition to move knowledge into long-term recall. Finally, use strategic recovery protocols, scheduling cool-down days after intense sprints. The Cognitive Load Prompt Framework helps manage your week. Start with a baseline assessment of your cognitive load. Next, use load redistribution to schedule high-complexity tasks during low meeting days. Conclude with recovery scheduling to integrate reflection and synthesis. As AI handles technical execution, human core skills become your competitive moat. These durable, non-automatable skills include ethical AI oversight, strategic empathy for business translation, and cross-domain translation to bridge technical and executive knowledge. Integrate these core skills into your curriculum. After any AI/ML lab, run ethical review exercises. Use stakeholder translation drills to summarize your learning in business terms. Finally, apply cross-domain synthesis prompts weekly to connect technical concepts to broader challenges. The resilience equation proves that adaptability is paramount. 90% of top performers cite flexibility, not deep technical knowledge, as their main advantage. Professionals with cognitive load systems recover 3 times faster. Use the 18-month lead time to pivot ahead of market decline. We are now in Part 5, Activating Your Dynamic Growth System. Insights are useless without infrastructure. We will convert your career analysis into a living system that automatically runs and updates, ensuring continuous, optimized professional development. The final step is converting your analysis into a living dashboard. This dynamic, self-updating system integrates your skill gaps, learning schedule, and market monitoring. It serves as a single source of truth that evolves automatically as new information arises. The architecture of your living dashboard connects these components. Market intelligence feeds the chain of thought analysis, which updates the skill priority matrix. This feeds the 30-day micro sprint, and the results update the dashboard, closing the loop. To build the market intelligence feed, establish a weekly source ritual. Input key articles into your AI context and run a signal extraction prompt. High-confidence signals then trigger an immediate dashboard update protocol, revising your skill priorities. Automated trigger prompts alert you to pivot before market shifts are obvious. These are pre-written conditional queries run when indicators cross a threshold, such as a drop in job posting volume or the release of a major white paper. This creates the self-updating curriculum loop. You ingest market signals, evaluate trigger conditions, update your skill priority matrix based on AI output, and then deploy the next microsprint. This system ensures continuous relevance. The 30-day microsprint is your operational unit. It moves from gap definition in days 1 through 5 to deep build, integration, and finally, a retrospective, ensuring a complete, focused learning cycle that closes one critical skill gap. To deploy immediately, run the gap identification prompt today. This asks the AI to find your single highest leverage skill gap. Use the output to generate a specific lab schedule and block your first deep work session within 72 hours. Measure your progress with the Skill Closure Scorecard. Track the progression of each skill, from identified gap to demonstrated competence. This simple scorecard makes your growth visible, providing accountability and quantifiable results. Build your professional visibility engine. Convert your learning into public professional signals. This includes publishing sprint retrospective posts on LinkedIn, pushing portfolio artifacts to GitHub, and offering internal knowledge shares to test mastery and build reputation. Consistency provides a compound advantage. By month 3, you'll have 3 public artifacts. By month 6, your cognitive system is optimized. By month 12, your dynamic system will have outpaced 2 market shifts, putting you ahead of your peers. Avoid common failure modes. Counteract prompt fatigue with the, quote, 1 insight, 1 action rule. Limit signal overload to 5 active market signals. Prevent sprint scope creep by logging new priorities for the next cycle instead of pivoting mid-sprint. This is the full system at a glance. Market intelligence drives the analysis, which updates the matrix and drives the microsprint. The living dashboard tracks the output and feeds back into the next signal evaluation, creating a self-sustaining cycle. Your career is a system. Design it like one. The most adaptive professionals build systems for acquiring, applying, and evolving their capabilities faster than the market can make them obsolete. You now have the framework. Begin execution today.